Hello and a huge welcome. Today, I want to have a real deal conversation with you to help you attract your dream clients. So, you might have heard this phrase attract your dream clients. This is the only way, this is the strategy, how to do it, 5-step process, and all of that. But we all know that our inner world is actually projected in our physical reality. It's like you are a projector and you're projecting your inner world constantly outside on the screen of your physical reality. So if you keep on finding the answer of attracting your dream clients outside of your inner world, you will not find it. It doesn't exist, right? So when we start to really shift our inner world and match the frequency of our dream clients, we attract them naturally. Whatever you do works. But what we tend to do is we find these hooks and headlines really powerful, and we start to search for the answers and start to click and see, how can I find my dream client? Let me attend this training. Let me find this answer. And we do all the things and it doesn't work because you haven't changed what's in the inside. You cannot change the reflection in the mirror without changing what you're reflecting on the mirror, right? So the key is your inner world. Your client are the energetic reflection of you. Your client are operating on the frequency that the clients that you're attracting, they're on the current frequency that you are operating. Okay, so if you want to attract your dream clients, then let's shift your inner world where all the answers are. So first of all, I really want to talk about the concept of dream clients, right? So when we really step into our truth and really become the best of us and become who we really are, because we are the best, we have perfection within us, and we shift the way we see ourselves, because the only way you can be the best of you is not by changing you. That's what we all try to do. We are constantly being hard on ourselves, changing ourselves, forcing us to do things, but instead we start to see ourselves differently. Okay, when we do all of those things, we start to tap into the frequency where our dream client exists. Now, those dream clients have been in our energetic field from the very onset. They have always been there, but all they're waiting for us to match that frequency and start to step into our power so that they can be attracted to us. Okay, so that the frequency match and they come in our world. So in order to do that, all we have to do is shift our inner world. But it's not just like visualize working with your dream clients and it's going to happen. It's way more than that. It's inner transformation. So the real thing, what really starts with, like, I want you to be brutally honest with yourself and ask yourself, do I value my work? Do I actually value my work? Do I see that my work is so valuable? Because if you don't, you will see the reflection outside of you. You will attract clients, people in your life who will not value it. When I see who will not value it, who will question your prices, who would not put in the work because they think it's not valuable, who would constantly ask for more, who will give you very hard time and constantly feel like you're not doing enough, which you sometimes internally feel, I'm not doing enough, and you see the reflection. So if you're having these kind of experiences, that means deep down you don't value your work. And how can we know from the outside that you're not valuing your work? And this might be controversial a little bit, or might not land fully just now, but I want you to really think about that. What prices do you charge? Do you charge the price that you really want to charge, or you're charging based on what you think people will pay? Because if you're not charging based on what you want to charge, that means you don't value your work. So I'm not saying that you need to charge gazillion dollars for your work, but do you charge what you really want to charge? And why not? When you say people won't pay, or the people who are paying won't pay anymore, or who will pay, or people are already objecting my prices, how can I charge more? What you're really saying is, I don't value my work, and I see the proof everywhere outside of me. So how can I charge more when I don't even value my work and nobody values my work? And the problem with that is, it's not just about the money. It's about the fact that when you attract people who are constantly asking for more, who are giving you a hard time, who are not even putting in the work, it makes you question your own work because they are not getting the results. So you are wondering, if they are not getting the results, is your work actually valuable? Does it even work? But it does work. It does work for the right person, for your dream clients, the clients that are in your energetic field, the clients that are meant for you. But somehow we tapped into the wrong frequency. So yes, your work does work, but for the right people. So what happens is, as a result, you start questioning your work, that whether it even works, and then it impacts your frequency even more, and you start to get in this vicious cycle where you're like, I don't value my work, and now I'm seeing the proof, so I don't even value it more because people are not even getting the results. So I'm wondering, am I doing even the right thing? Should I be even doing this? Should I just go back to my job? And it can be for any business. It doesn't matter. And also, attracting money becomes really hard because those people start giving you a very hard time because they're not getting the result, and now they're frustrated. And they're saying it's your fault. Or if not, they're saying that, but you're feeling that. And then you feel guilty for taking their money. And now when somebody comes to you and says, increase your prices, you're like, I already feel guilty because it's not working. How can I just charge more? But if you really think about it, okay, when you have the right person in your world and they put in the work, whatever business you have, and they get the results, because life is a dance between masculine and feminine. You give them, they have to receive in their feminine, in the receiving, but they also have to put in the work. They can't always be in their feminine, right? So when they are putting in the work and getting the results, they're actually getting their money's working for them. So even if you charge low prices and you attract those people who's for them it's not working, they're wasting their money. So even when you're not earning as much money and you're putting so much effort and you're feeling demotivated, they are still wasting their money. So now you must be wondering, what shall I do? Tell me, what shall I do? Like, shall I stop charging, or shall I charge more? But how can I do all of that? But it all starts with you asking yourself, do I really value my work? And for now, you have to untangle the value from outside. So you cannot look at your value from other people's objections, other people's value. You have to really question, do I really value me? It starts with valuing yourself. Do I really value myself? Or am I constantly proving myself to myself, and in return other people as well, because that's projected? I'm constantly trying to get validation from outside that yes, I'm good enough. I'm trying to constantly seek approval. I'm trying to over deliver. I'm trying to kill myself so that people can see that, it works. And even when my clients don't put in the work, I bend backwards and forwards and do everything what it takes to get them to get the results, and still they don't put in the work. And I'm constantly like, let me just fight you through it. Let me just do the work for you. Do you feel that? Because the key is when you see your value and you really start to see your value. And it doesn't start with even seeing the value of your work. It starts with seeing, you know what? I am worthy. I am valuable. I'm born valuable. I'm born worthy. Nothing has changed. So what if your question is that, because a lot of my clients ask me this question, that I feel that because I need to do more skills or I need to learn more, I don't feel valuable enough, right? So I feel like I need to be learning more. I need to be more of an expert to be valuable. So that's great. Go and get the skills, go and be more valuable, but not from the place of no matter how many skills I get, it's never enough. Not from the place of that, but from the place of that I am constantly evolving. I'm constantly growing. And this is the secret to riches. Like, no matter where you are, if you're constantly evolving every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, your momentum will compound and the money will compound massively. Okay. But there are some people who, no matter what they do, right, if you don't have that value in yourself, nothing is going to stack, even if you keep learning and taking hundreds of courses. Because Sometimes it happens is you take one course and we say, when I take one course, I'll feel worthy to receive. Okay, I'll take that course. And then you'll say, now I need to take that course and I need to learn that. And you will never get to the point because it's coming from within. So the key first is realizing that where I am, I see my value and I charge. So I don't charge less, but I charge what I really want to charge. And as I keep growing my value and evolving and increasing my skills and all of that, I'll charge more. But doesn't mean you undercharge what you really want to charge now, because what you really want to charge is what you're meant to charge. Okay, so when you're really behind your value and then your work's value, because you're valuable, your work is valuable, and then your prices are reflecting that. Okay, you attract people and you communicate them in conviction with belief. So not that you give an excellent session and when it comes to sell and say your prices, you're like, you lose your energy, not from that place. And you have learned all the templates and all the right things to say, but your energetics is not there, right? So from the place of, I know this is so freaking good. I know this will change your life. I know the value of my work. And you are the walking, talking example of the value of your work. So you have to embody it, right? So when you communicate with conviction, but not too attached to people buying. So this is really important, because what we start to do is, when we were little, we were told, you're doing this good, you're a good girl, you're a good boy, well done, you've done it right. So now, initially when we were little, we used to wait for other people, our elders, to tell us we are good. So you wanted to be the good child, and they told us, and we were like, yes, thank you. Am I good? Am I good? And we constantly get, yes, you're good. Well done. Star. You've done it right. Right. And then now as we grow up, all of a sudden, there's nobody to validate us. There's nobody to tell you you're a good girl, you're a good boy, you've done it right. So what we start to do is we start to expect the clients saying yes as a validation. So if somebody says no, you're like, but what's wrong with me? Why can't you buy? Like, what have I done wrong? People, and the problem is, when they're saying yes to working with you, they are saying yes to themselves. So they are not validating themselves to be worthy enough to invest in themselves. And you are expecting them to validate you when they are not even validating themselves. So when they are not saying yes to themselves, you're thinking they're not saying yes to you, and you're thinking, what is wrong with me? Am I not good enough? And they are already not feeling good enough. So it's like they don't have what you're asking them to give, and nobody can give you. You have to give it to yourself. Okay? So the detachment part is, even if you don't buy, I still see my value and I hold it, because the people who see it, the reflection of me seeing it, will show up in my world when I hold it. And I don't put it on you to give it to me, because if you are doing that, then the people who are actually meant to reflect it for you are not there, because you're not holding it yet. You see, like, how this is so much of the inner game. Okay? And then the other thing which is really, really important is that the high paying clients, right? And I'm saying high paying because it's not just that high paying people pay more, which actually helps, but also because they put in the work, they value themselves, they help you, like they're easy to serve. And that is the point I'm coming to, that the reason they're so easy to serve is because they're not looking for saving. They're not saying, please save my life. They're looking going from good to extraordinary, good to great, good to out of this world, good to incredible, good to extortionately good, good to like no words to explain the greatness. Okay, so that's what they're looking for. So they are already leading themselves. They are already doing the work. They don't need saving. They need somebody who sees their own value and who's leading themselves. They need them to guide them, not to like push them or take their hand and carry them with them. They need somebody who they can walk with. not somebody to hold their hand and take them and grab them and take them to the well and give them the water and no, they need somebody who can walk with them while they're leading themselves, right? So the beauty with that is that you have to communicate and talk to them. But a lot of times in our messaging and in our marketing, we are talking to those people who need saving. We're saying, come to mommy, I'll save you, I'll look after you, I'll give you food, I'll do everything for you. It's mothering energy, which is highly masculine, by the way. Mothering is not feminine, which was my biggest breakthrough, because in mothering, you're saying, I'll do whatever it takes for you. You're crying, I'll give you this, I'll do that. I'll stay up for your night. I'll stay up all night for you. I'll do whatever it takes to make sure you're okay. That's mothering, that's masculine. So when we are in that energy of nothing is working in your life, let me save you. This is the thing. This is how I can save you. You are actually calling in those people who need saving. And as a result, they are not self-led. As a result, you have to literally now save them. But you cannot save anybody. You can lead people who are willing to walk with you, who lead themselves, and now they would love to be under your leadership so that they can walk with you. They can lead themselves under your leadership. They see their value. They put in the work. But for that, you have to speak to them in an empowering way. Yes, you talk about how it's showing up for them, but you also not tell them, go to that place where like nothing is working or life is hard, everything is so bad. No, they're already good. They're going for greatness. But everything starts with you seeing your value, because this world is projecting to you every single day where you value yourself, where you don't value yourself, and it's the biggest feedback. So just by trying to find the right strategy or the right format, if your energetics and your conviction and your belief doesn't support that, if your frequency doesn't support that, it's going to fall flat. But when you hold and walk with conviction, your ideal client will have this inner gut feeling. They will have this inner feeling, yes, that's for me. I feel it. I have this intuitive hit because you were on that frequency, I was on that frequency, and now I'm attracted to you. So the most important question to uncover is, do I really value myself? Or where from the outside am I seeking right now? Keep watching this over and over again until you start living by this. It's not about knowing this information. It's about living it every day. Thank you so much.